Now it's 6, sentencing day for a Joplin dentist in connection with a hit and run from 2023. Plus, a business in Woodson County serves up an outreach program for the community. And comic book fans in Webb City got an up-close look at one artist's superpower.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Joplin dentist will not have to serve jail time for interfering in the investigation of a fatal hit-and-run crash. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. John Joseph II had been accused of trying to interfere in the investigation of a 2023 crash in Cherokee County, Kansas. Investigators say Joseph's son, Rocco Joseph, was the driver in the crash that hit and killed a pedestrian, 60-year-old Gary LaTurner, in August of 2023. Prosecutors say the charges against the father are because he and his son later returned to the scene where they failed to report the crash and left again. In October, John Joseph II pleaded no contest for attempting to interfere with law enforcement in that crash case. As part of a plea deal, prosecutors dropped a second charge of contributing to child misconduct. Today, a judge sentenced him to 1 year probation. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Yeah, we get into another wet system. We haven't had one for a couple weeks, but showers, thunderstorms developing after midnight tonight, especially kind of in that 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. time range or time frame. But you can see the chances for rain really spiking up after midnight, and then periods of showers and thunderstorms throughout the daytime hours on your Thursday. Right now we just have the clouds, but look at the showers picking up central western Kansas down through the Oklahoma panhandle and also Texas panhandle. I think pretty quiet over the next couple hours, but here's 2:30 in the morning. Couple storms start to pop up, but look how they get moving by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of these could be strong, maybe even low grade severe, a little bit of small hail, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue through the morning hours. I'm going to break this all down for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. This Thanksgiving, a local business in Toronto, Kansas is determined to make a difference. KOAM's Kenny Foreman introduces us to the Grumpy Bear.
In food deserts such as the city of Toronto, Kansas, groceries or even a Thanksgiving meal aren't always easy to come by. That's why Melanie Collins, owner of the Grumpy Bear Trading Post, wants to help make sure that her community doesn't go hungry this Thanksgiving.
There's no grocery stores for miles, and so we started the grocery side of it to make sure that Toronto had food, and that, you know, there's a lot of retired people out here who don't necessarily like to drive or have vehicles.
Collins' vision for a well-fed Toronto hasn't wavered since the Grumpy Bear's grand opening last 4th of July. And now the place where people can go for affordable groceries will also open its doors for those looking for a Thanksgiving meal.
It's a free will Thanksgiving dinner, so everybody's invited. You just come in, get your food, and donate if you'd like, or don't donate, whatever. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. The whole point is to just come and make sure you get to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Although the business is still trying to attract more customers, they have no issue with not charging those who want to enjoy a nice meal with others.
We're trying to help as much as we can. We still have to make a profit, we still have to pay the bills, but if we can, for one night, delay profit and put community over profit, that's what we'll do.
And Collins hopes people will continue to stop by even beyond the holidays.
We want to celebrate the town. The town is kind of a sleepy little town. We want to get everybody excited about the fact that we're here and to let them know that we are here for them. If they do need something, we are a resource.
From groceries to supplies to antiques, helping a town get the resources it needs. In Toronto, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
That Thanksgiving dinner is going to be held from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. In addition, there's going to be a Christmas window unveiling and shopping event on Black Friday. That'll be at 6 p.m. Joplin Spiva Center for the Arts is now accepting submissions for their 2026 Photo Spiva Photography Competition. That started back in 1977. The photo contest is open to anyone in the U.S. or its territories. Organizers say a national competition is a way to meet other photographers while bringing new eyes to the Joplin art scene. Local writers and students were invited to Pittsburgh State University's 4th annual Writers Fest today. The PSU English department hosted a day filled with hands-on writing workshops led by published authors. Nearly 130 students attended Writers Fest. One organizer says the event serves as a safe place for aspiring writers to express themselves.
Start to notice that students feel like, okay, this is something I can do and this is a safe space to do it. So that's what we hope. We hope that while most of these students won't go on to be writers, that they're finding some joy and some pleasure in writing that maybe will stay with them for the rest of their lives.
Workshops focused on fiction, poetry, children's literature, and creative writing strategies for the classroom. Marvel Comics illustrator Jerry DeCare made a special stop in Webb City today, bringing his live drawing performances to Heroes Wizards Comics. DeCare, known for his work on Wolverine, Deadpool, Thor, X-Men, and more, spent the afternoon meeting fans, sharing stories, and even giving away the art he created during his demonstration. The commercial artist spoke about his early start in art, saying he began drawing at just 7 years old, with a talent so unexpected that even his grandmother didn't believe he had done the work himself.
Yeah, in fact, in Missouri here, St. Louis, Missouri, I go to Ladue Middle School, and I've gone there every year for 20 years in a row. And what I do is I show the connections between mathematics, science, and art. So the core subjects that are so valued in our educational system are all a part of what makes the superhero possible. And so, in other words, to get to the fun, you got to go through the work.
The event didn't just spotlight DeCare's art, it also gave local fans a chance to connect with the creative process behind some of their favorite Marvel characters. A couple of softball stars announced their college commitment. Coming up, Ryan Blank is going to tell us about the Miami standouts taking their game to the next level. But up first, 1 million lights transformed Carthage into a winter wonderland.
Thousands of lights in only a short time to prepare. Tonight on KOM News, we'll journey to the Way of Salvation Light Show and see how they get it done each season. I'm Ty Parks, and that story.
A favorite annual event goes back up in Carthage, Missouri. The Way of Salvation Light Show transforms part of the city into a Christmas wonderland. KOIM's Ty Parks spent time with the setup crews to see how they keep it fresh year after year.
Way of Salvation Light Show goes live Thanksgiving night, but it takes a lot of work to get it going.
It's difficult because lately we ran out of personnel. I mean, we only have 5 or 6 guys working on it every day. I mean, we started right away after Marian Day, which is September, and all the way to Thanksgiving when we open.
These workers, and sometimes some of the members of the church, help out when they can.
There's millions of lights every day. We cannot keep count, but like 10 or 1,000 millions of light bulbs out here. Yeah.
The money that is raised through donations will go to replace the lights that have stopped working.
Like I said, I want to stay right here pretty much all day. Yesterday, we stayed like all day, text the lights and everything. And today, we have to like separate it, spread the lights, which one work, which one not. Try to be, make it like good and nice. And like I said, we stay all day today also. I think we're ready for next week, for Thanksgiving and everything.
The hours of work is worth it to the church, the millions of lights to show this is the way.
What's the reason for the season? Jesus is the main reason for Christmas. Hopefully that people get out of it. The message of Christmas is the love from God that He sent His only Son.
In Carthage, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
The Way of Salvation Light Show begins Thanksgiving night at 6 p.m. A little bit later, high school football season shifts into high gear. Ryan has a preview of some upcoming playoff matchups.
And thunderstorms increasing for us late tonight. I'll have all the details. Well, it definitely turned out to be a decent day for us today. Temperatures weren't that bad, but clouds were increasing as we went through the daytime hours for us today. And we have showers, we have thunderstorms, which are going to be rolling in later on tonight. As of right now, we just have these mid and upper level clouds, but you can see some light showers out across northeastern central Kansas, kind of stretching back toward Dodge into the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. But once you get out toward Wichita, this is pretty light. We want to watch these guys south of Oklahoma City. You can see a few severe thunderstorms popping up, and I think these will kind of try to expand along that I-44 corridor, but several hours down the road. For us, it looks like it's going to be after 2 o'clock-ish in the morning. May get a few isolated guys near the midnight hour, but look how they blossom as we get into 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. and then periods, scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Some of these storms could be a little beefy, a little loud, maybe a low-grade severe thunderstorm. I think most of these will behave, but yeah, we're going to get some heavy rain. And where those storms line up, that's where the areas could pick up a quick inch and a half of rain as we go into Thursday. Scattered showers, thunderstorms continue as we go into the afternoon, into the evening hours, and then tomorrow night we'll get one big widespread band of showers and thunderstorms and start to eject out of here as we get into Friday morning. I do think we'll still have a few random showers on Friday, but most of the rain will be to our north along that I-70 corridor. We get a little bit of sun Friday afternoon, so that could help our temperatures pop to 68, 70, 71 degrees, and then clouds and fog settle in as we get into Friday night. We'll have that moisture on the ground, light winds, so that means fog for you into Saturday morning. How much rain could we get? Again, we got to see where those heavier bands line up, but I think it's pretty much a good bet you're going to fall in that 1 to 3 inch category, but we are going to have some isolated heavier amounts as we go through about the next 36 hours. 59 to start, 64 by noon, high temp 67. It looks good, and this is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam, downtown Joplin. We hang out near 60 over the next several hours, and most of us upper 50s to mid 60s in our southern counties. Now, after this system, we got another one. Look at this. This is going to move in as we go. Oh, this one's our next couple days. This guy's going to move in as we get into late Sunday and into Monday. Of course, next week's a big travel week. Showers, thunderstorms increase again late Sunday, Sunday night into Monday. Monday kind of showery. If you are traveling Tuesday, I think it's okay. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Black Friday, a lot of question marks. A weaker wave, could get some rain showers, could get some snow showers, long ways away, so we'll watch that as we go through the next several days. All right, 67 on your Thursday, 70 on Friday. A lot of clouds Saturday, but good. 62 on Sunday. Most of the weekend, I would say about 85% of it will be dry, and then showers roll in Sunday evening.
That's nice. We'll get a chance to get outside.
Absolutely.
Say goodbye to fall. Looks
there
like
you
for a
go.
while. Thanks, Doug. Silhouette high school football playoffs are winding down with quarterfinal and semifinal action this week. We're going to preview some of the matchups coming up. And 2 Miami War Dog softball players inked their names on the dotted line to continue their athletic careers at the collegiate level. Those stories and more up next in sports.
With athletes across the country continuing to solidify their college commitments for athletics, a pair of Miami War Dog softball stars put pen to paper on Wednesday. Danae Green and Hayden Pilkington signed their national letters of intent this afternoon. Both players will continue their softball careers at the Division I level, with Green heading to the University of Missouri-Kansas City and Pilkington joining the BYU softball program. And while it's an exciting day for the dynamic duo, they said it was even more special because they were able to celebrate together.
I really didn't even know anything about BYU until September 1st when they contacted me. And then I went on the visit and it just felt like home, and I just knew that was where I needed to be.
I've known the coaches for a long time. The pitching coach up there I have a really good relationship with, and I went and toured the campus with them, and I fell in love with the student life and what they stand for as a coaching staff. I played travel softball with Hayden from when I was 8 till I was like 13, and then we moved to the same school, so we've known each other for years. It's very special that we got to play our 4 years in high school together, and now the fact that we get to sign together and have all our families here together, it's just like one big family reunion.
High school football playoffs are in full force with 7 of our local squads still fighting for a state title. Let's learn about these teams as they get ready to take the field this week. Starting in Kansas with the Labette County Grizzlies, who are making their first state semifinals appearance in program history. Under first-year head coach Bradley Argabright, the Grizzlies have their best record in over 2 decades, including their first ever win over Pittsburgh High this year. They face Bishop Miege at home on Friday. In Missouri, the Carthage Tigers are back in the state quarterfinals after winning their first district title since 2022 against Republic last week. This Tigers squad is as dangerous as they come, with one of the top quarterback-running back duos in the state with Zane Browning and Landon West. They battle Capital City on Saturday. We can't talk about the postseason without mentioning the Lamar Tigers. When playoff football comes around, there is not a team more dangerous than the two-time reigning champs. Coming off another district championship, Lamar's won 5 in a row and take on Liberty this Saturday, first spot in the semifinals. Also in the Show Me State, the Seneca Indians, who have won 10-plus games in each of the last 4 seasons. And this Indians offense is one of the best in the entire state, averaging over 47 points per game, led by star running back Roman Miller, who has found the end zone 3+ times in each of the last 2 weeks. Seneca battles Mountain Grove in the quarterfinals on Saturday. And in Oklahoma, the Fairland Owls have hit their stride over the last month with 4 straight wins. The Owls are 9-2 this year after only winning 3 games in 2024. Carson Schertz leads a dynamic offensive attack, but the defense is what sets the tone for this squad. The Owls defense has held opponents to under 10 points in 6 of their 11 games this season. Fairland takes on Mangum in the quarterfinals this week. Also in Oklahoma, the Grove Ridge Runners are gearing up for quarterfinals play. In his first season as head coach, Ryan Keenum has led the Ridge Runners to a 10-run record, including 6 straight wins. And this Grove offense is electric, averaging 44 points per contest, led by a trio of quarterback Colby Watson, running back Gavin Wyatt, and wide receiver Isaac Sheffield. Ridge Runners take on Tuttle this Friday. And rounding it all out with the Wyandotte Bears. 3 years ago, head coach Doug Buckmaster took over a program that only won 1 game. And over the last 3 years, the Bears have won at least 7 games each season. And this year's veteran-heavy roster has lit up the scoreboard and proved to be a true threat in Class 2A. Wyandotte, they face Stroud in Friday's quarterfinals matchup. Some great matchups coming up this week. Some teams that I've been really high on and have really proved a lot, they're still alive.
There's nothing like the postseason, especially in football, because it's not a series that you have to win. It is every game you have to win. It's always do or die, and that makes for some great games.
Especially, we could have some weather. That could impact the games as well, but you said it. It's do or die every week.
Gotta love it. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Authorities respond to an incident of gunfire in Parsons. It happened on Sunday night. We're going to have the latest from that investigation. Plus, a national photography contest makes its way to Joplin Spiva Center for the Arts. And it's a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Carthage to celebrate the restoration of an almost 80-year-old house. Those stories, a whole lot more. Of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We've needed the rain for some time, and tonight a good number of us are likely to get some.
Yeah, showers, thunderstorms popping up, especially after about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then periods of thunderstorms on Thursday. Now, some of these guys could be a little stronger, maybe a random low-grade severe storm with the main threat being hail, but most of these should behave and widespread rain.
Okay, behave, you thunderstorms. How about a final sports note?
Yeah, we talked about high school, college football this weekend. Pitt State back at home, first round of the playoffs. They got Shadron State. Big win to get a share of the MIAA title. That secured them their home playoff game.
Yeah, let's hope for a big crowd on Saturday.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.